If you are considering a move to Florida, there are 5 things you probably won't like about it. So if these 5 things are going to be an issue, then think twice about moving here. Hi everyone, I'm Kim Devlin with Your Key to St. Augustine. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you have been here before, you know that I love Florida, especially where I live in Northeast Florida. My channel is all about this beautiful area and real estate. On top of that, I try to be honest with all potential home buyers, so you will always hear the good and the bad about this area. So be sure to check out my other videos and hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, call, or email me anytime. Now, Florida is known as the Sunshine State. We have beautiful beaches, lush semi-tropical forests, and the beautiful weather to enjoy the outdoors most of the year. And I emphasize most because, let's be honest, it's Florida and sometimes it's just too hot. Either way, Florida is definitely a favorite for vacationers and retirees. But of course, there are some downsides to living in Florida. And if you're considering moving to Florida, you need to know what those are. There are always pros and cons to where you live, and Florida has a lot of positive things to offer, but there are a few things that you probably won't be so keen on. When I work with people relocating here, there are always a few concerns. Number 1, snakes. Number 2, alligators. And number 3, bugs. The first 2 have never been an issue for me, so let's talk bugs. We have them, and you aren't going to like it. There are, of course, bugs in every corner of the earth, and you have dealt with them before. But Florida bugs are especially pesky. Obviously, the mosquitoes love the hot and humid summers and huge spaces of wetlands to grow in, which Florida has a lot of. If you're closer to the coast, you may get lucky with those salty breezes and be less tortured, but they will usually find you. Whoever invented the screened enclosure must have been a Floridian. They are pretty important to have down here. Another pesky bug I've mentioned before in my other videos, you will absolutely learn to hate, is the no-see-um. You may even hate them more. They are tiny, translucent little buggers, so you won't see them, but you will feel them. If you do get bitten by no-see-ums, you'll feel like you have the chicken pox, and I do have a remedy for this, but I can't tell you over video, so call me if you need it, and I'll tell you what it is. On top of that, we also enjoy the company of the delightful southern natives like the palmetto bugs, which is just a nice name for roaches, by the way. We also have black widow spiders and the red fire ants. I've never stepped on a fire anthill. Luckily, someone please knock on wood for me, but I have seen what happens when you do, and it's not pretty. And let's not forget our household pests like carpenter ants, mud wasps, and termites. So if you are moving here, be sure to have any potential home inspected for insects, and I highly recommend you hire a pest company for routine treatments to keep your house safe. The second thing you aren't going to enjoy are the storms. Florida is one of those places that tends to deal with hurricanes, but rather than talk about the once-a-year potential big storm, you need to know about all the other more common ones. Yes, Florida gets plenty of sunshine, but Florida also gets plenty of rain, especially in the hot summer months, when we will usually see a daily thunderstorm. These can come and go in less than an hour, but it is not uncommon for hours of rain and lightning too. And every once in a while, we will get a few straight days of it, which will not only dampen the spirit, but can also cause some overflow of waterways and possible minor flooding in low-lying areas. St. Augustine in particular has been making serious investments in alleviating the effects of both regular seasonal storms and hurricanes. But if you can't handle some drizzle, this might not be the place for you. The third thing is tourists and snowbirds. Like I said before, Florida is a popular destination and a long-known haven for retirees. In fact, you may have only visited Florida so far on your own vacation, and you no doubt understand the appeal of escaping here, especially in the winter. But if you are planning to make this your full-time home, you have to be prepared to go from the tourist to the local. Of course, in the summer, there's always an increase in crowds at the beach. And if you happen to live around some of the beach areas, you might also get bombarded around spring break. So be aware that the empty, pristine beach you visited that one time will likely be more crowded certain times of the year. And because we have so many visitors and residents that originally come from out of state, it can be a real mixing pot out on the roads. Someone is always going to be driving too slow downtown or too fast on the highway, or blissfully in their own little world behind the wheel. Patience, alertness, and a cool and calm attitude are required while driving in Florida. But then again, why be in a hurry? The fourth thing, and this one is real, my friends, the Florida man effect. We've all seen the jokes and memes, the most unbelievable, ridiculous headline or crime story tagged with Florida man. This outside image of the local population is not helped when some guy walks his pet alligator on a leash around a Walmart. Hopefully you will not deal with or cause any crazy headlines yourself, but the Wild West perspective that the rest of the country has about Florida is going to be a topic of conversation at some point, especially with your friends and family back home. Most likely you will hear from them about the absurdity of the whole state, and you moving there is ridiculous. But then again, you can just snap a picture on the beach to send to them while they are shoveling snow. The fifth thing is summer temperatures. I know that it's no surprise that Florida is hot in the summer, but for some reason, every year, the same people complain about how hot it is. Yes, of course it's hot. It's Florida. I, for one, have no issues with it. I would take being hot over being cold any day, but everyone is different. Just be prepared for about 4 hot summer months from July through September. If you are someone who loves winter more than summer, then Florida will definitely not work for you because we definitely do not have winter. There is no snow, there's no skiing, there's no white-capped mountain ranges, but I think you already know this. Most of you watching this are probably tired of the winter, which is why you're interested in Florida. I get it. The day I didn't have to shovel snow anymore or winterize my boat were really good days in my life. Well, there you have it. The 5 things you might not like about Florida. What do you think? Pretty rough stuff, eh? Just remember, some great things are worth a few bucks. If you are looking to relocate to Florida, send your questions my way. I'm always here and happy to help. Check out my relocation guide in the description below. It'll tell you a little bit more about St. Johns County. And for more information on this beautiful area of Florida, check out my next video right here. Be sure to subscribe to stay in the loop. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.